Hello everyone, welcome back on our YouTube channel Wains Vlog. As you know that we have started a video series for the preparation of theory of German driving license with the official permission and support of famous learning system Fahrschul card. Up till now, for topic number 8, we have already uploaded one video. But like there is a problem because we are recording this video after a very long time in duration of 1 to 2 months, and that is why from October 2021 the questions have been changed. Maybe you will notice that here it is question number 31, but we have already attempted this question or already understood this question in the last video where when it was question number 30. So the order has been a little bit changed, but if you see, three new questions have been added in this part. Anyhow, you should not worry about this. We will cover all questions in detail. So if any one of you remember from the last video, the last question was about this traffic sign, but currently we are actually done. We are recording this video after a very long time. That's why there is some shuffling in the questions, but anyhow you don't need to worry because as I told you we will cover all the questions. So let repeat this question. Like they are asking, what do you have to be aware of when you see this traffic sign? So whenever you see this traffic sign, it's actually a traffic calming zone. Your speed should be your walking speed, like 6 to 7 kilometer per hour. Kids can be playing on the road, pedestrian can use the road. So children may play across the entire road. Motor vehicles have to drive at walking speed. Pedestrians are entitled to use the entire breadth of the road. So all the answers, as you remember, are correct. So let's go to the next question. So our next question is, how can you minimize tire wear? Like how can you, if your tire is having some roughness and some wear and tears, how can you minimize them? So I refrain as much as possible from rapid acceleration. That is one of the cause. Like you don't need the acceleration, for example, and you are doing it like unnecessarily. Then that means if the road condition is not good and you are still accelerating, rapid acceleration, even the road condition is good, the rapid acceleration will definitely create some wear and tears for your tire. It's not good for the tire health. So and I regularly check the tire inflation pressure. It is also a good thing to minimize your tire wear, because if you know that like there is less pressure in my tire, so before starting a journey you will feel the pressure in, you will check the level of pressure in your tires, and then it will increase the life of the tire as well if it is it has the optimized pressure which is actually recommended by the company or your tire seller company. You should also maintain that level of pressure. I use winter tires all year around. It's not a good idea. In summer you should have summer tire, in winter you should have winter tire. Both of them have their own advantages and disadvantages. In winter for sure you need some heavy tire for having to have heavy grip on the road, and there are different type of tires which are heavy and consume for sure more fuel as well. So in summer you cannot use those tires as well. So only two options are correct. Let's go to the next question. Our next question is, what should you do here? Like if you see on the road, so there is a very sharp, or you can say sharp bend to the right side of the road, like the road is taking the right turn. So what should actually you do here? What should be your maneuver, or what, how should you think to drive in this particular situation? So they are saying I should greatly reduce my speed, that I should reduce my speed. uh, this answer is correct, because if you see, uh, there is a very sharp bend. You do not know, maybe there is some oncoming traffic on your side of the road, or maybe there is some obstacle at the end of the road. So you should reduce your speed to avoid unnecessary, or you can say some dangerous situation. I greatly reduce my speed, continue driving in my lane. This option is also good. Like for example, if you anyhow turn to the left, maybe there is an oncoming traffic which will directly hit you. It's very dangerous. So important thing is, you should continue driving in my lane. Drive to left past a damaged road surface. No, if you see the road is not that much damaged, even if it is somehow damaged, you should never take that risk to change the lane, come to the left lane. Maybe there is a very high speed vehicle coming from, or you can say oncoming traffic can hit you, and this situation gonna very dangerous. So you will never drive to the left pass, left pass a damaged road surface. Only first two options are correct. Let's go to the next question. You have been driving at high speed for some time. What effects can this have? Like you are driving at very high speed for some time, and like what do you think, what could be the consequences of that? Like maybe you could lose the feel of your speed. Like let's see the option. Your powers of concentration diminish. Yeah, for sure. Like you have been driving at very high speed for some time, so maybe your concentration, like the road is good and everything is fine, the road is straight and you are driving, so you are not thinking. Like when you are inside the city you think a lot about the traffic signs, but when you are driving at a very high speed the road would be very fine for sure, so your power of concentration diminish for some time. Even you lose your feel for speed. Like you don't, like maybe you are driving at 140 kilometer per hour and you think, no, I am driving at 100 kilometer per hour, because the road situation is that good, the road is in very good condition. But like you like that could be a consequence of driving at a high speed for some time. The feel for the right speed on bends grows. No, like anyhow, when you are driving at a high speed for some time your concentration power will be very less for sure, and then you will lose your feel for speed. But like it will automatically, your feel will again grow, will be back like during the bends. No, you have to be very careful. Like when you are driving at high speed for some time, then your focus could be diverted and your feel actually for the speed could be lost. So but the third option anyhow is not correct, that your feel will automatically will come back, or feel for the right speed on bend grows. It's not a correct option, only first two options are correct. So let's move to the next question. What can result from driving for a long time at high speed? It's the similar question as the previous one. Like what can a result of driving for a long time at high speed? Your reaction improve? No. Like when you are driving inside a city at 50 kilometer per hour, let's say, or 30 kilometer per hour inside a very build up area, inside the build up area, then maybe like your concentration will be too good. You will be thinking at every crossroad, like what should I do? Do I have priority, or is it the priority from the other traffic? So your concentration will be level will be good. But when you are driving for a long time at high speed, your reaction time would not improve. Like as we have seen in the last question, your concentration will be diminished, so your reaction time will be longer as compared to when you are already focusing on the road. So when driving high speed, your reaction time doesn't improve. Like your reaction will you will take a lot of time to react, and then your concentration power is diminished. First option is not correct. You drive too close to vehicles in front. This option is correct. Maybe you are driving too close in to the vehicle in front of you when you are driving at high speed, and you lose your feel for speed, as we have seen in the last question. So let's go to the next question. What can lead to your dangerously underestimating your own speed? If you are underestimating your own speed, you think, no, I am driving at lesser speed, but actually you are driving at higher speed. What could be dangerous for you? Driving for a long time at high speed, yes. When you are continuously driving for a long time at high speed, then it could definitely you will definitely underestimate your speed, because you haven't checked your tacho or your speedometer for a very long time, and you have underestimated your own speed when you are driving for a long time at high speed. Similarly, driving on a good and wide road will when you are driving on a good and wide road, you will again underestimate your own speed, because your car is good, the road condition is also good, so maybe you are driving at higher speed than expected. So it will also in this on a good and wide road, you can also underestimate your own speed. Similarly, driving at high speed for some time, you can also underestimate your own speed. But loud engine and tight noise, whenever you have loud engine, you have tight noise, you will continuously check your speed. Hey, what is happening with my car? Am I driving with the permissible maximum speed, or how is it? So definitely then in that condition you will be continuously checking your speedometer. It's a common human instinct. So that's why in that case you will never underestimate your speed. But in other two conditions definitely you could, and be very careful about this. What must you do So there's a road, you see this, I think if you have gone through the topic of traffic signs, then if you see there is a here is a traffic sign, and kids maybe could come on the road, maybe pedestrian could come on the road. So what must you do? Drive slowly, because children might run out from between the parked vehicles at any time, as the sign is showing a lot of parked cars as well. Maybe somebody is in the car and will jump onto the road. So many possibilities are there, as like they are indicating from this traffic sign as well. Children may appear onto the road. Drive at permitted maximum speed, because there is no actual apparent danger. No, if the speed allowed here, let's say, is 50 km per hour, let's say, you should not drive at that speed, because pedestrian could come onto the road, children could come onto the road, it's quite possible. So you should drive, because the road situation demands you should drive at a lesser speed as compared to the permitted. Drive slowly, because a door on one side of the vehicle could be open on the roadway side. It's possible, many cars are parked here, you do not know when somebody is in the car, he could directly come onto the road without hitting you, without looking at you. So you should be very careful. There could be children on the road, and passenger can come onto the road. So this road situation demands you should drive slowly. Let's move to the next question. Our next question is, you are approaching a sharp left bend at high speed. So bend is taking a left turn at very high speed. You are approaching that bend at high speed. Why is it necessary to reduce your speed before you have actually reached the bend? Because if you take that sharp left bend with a high speed, maybe your car could skid out, could go to the right side. If, like, we definitely know from the previous questions and from the common sense, when you are taking a left turn, the pressure is opposite. Your car could go, if the pressure is high, your car could go to the right side or away from the bend. Similarly, if you are taking a sharp right turn, then your car could go away to the left side. It's a common sense, we have already seen this. So when there is a sharp left bend at a very high speed, like you are taking a sharp bend at very high speed, so why should you reduce your speed before you reach that bend? Because otherwise my vehicle could slide off to the left along the bend. No, as you are taking the left bend, so air will push your car to the right. Just remember this thing. If you are taking a left bend, the pressure on your car will be towards away from your turn, that means to the right side. Not the like your car could not slide to the left. Actually you are trying to take it to the left, but the pressure which is being created on the car or imposed on the car will try to take it away, that means to the right, not to the left. So but you should reduce your speed, because your car could begin to skid. Like if is the bend is too sharp, then if you are taking it immediately, maybe your car will go out of control, could begin to skid, even could slide off to the right along the bend. This is the right answer, not to the left. The left bend, just remember it like this, the bend is left, so your car could slide off to the right. When you are taking a right bend, sharp bend, then your car could skid or slide to the left. So only these two options are correct. Let's move to the next question. Why is especially important when choosing the speed for driving along tree line avenues with narrow roadways? So when the road is narrow already and trees are over there everywhere, tree line avenues, so why is it especially important that you should very careful about choosing your speed? Because to estimate the lateral distance to trees and oncoming traffic simultaneously, because the road is narrow and the trees are on the roadway, so there could be a problem to estimate that. Like you have to be very careful, you have to adjust your speed keeping in view, like the oncoming traffic is also there. So maybe if I take a bit right turn, maybe I could hit the tree, and if I take the left turn, maybe I could hit the car. So there is a very, like you can say, a very thin line. So you have to be very careful, just choose your speed so that you can be in balanced position. Either you are not hitting the tree, either you are not hitting the oncoming traffic as well. So you have to estimate the lateral distance to trees and oncoming traffic at the same time simultaneously. It may be necessary to stop within half of the visible distance when a wide vehicle is coming from the opposite direction. Like there is a wide vehicle coming from the opposite direction, let's say a big truck, and the road is already narrow. So maybe like when the road is narrow, just remember this trick. You should, like, the stretch of the road visible to you, you should be able to stop within the half distance visible to you. it applies everywhere where the roads are narrow. But for example, the roads are wide, so you should be able to stop in like the visible stretch to you, like how long can you see, up to how much distance you can see, you should be able to stop in that distance. But when the roads are narrow, you should be able to stop on the halfway the stretch of the road visible to you. So that maybe it could be necessary for you if the white vehicle is coming from the opposite direction. So that means you should be very careful about this. Rapidly changing light conditions make it easier to estimate lateral distance. No, because there are trees continuously on the road. Maybe somewhere light, because of the shadow of the tree, is lesser than brighter patch of the road, then lesser than brighter patch of the road. So in this condition, maybe this rapidly changing light actually will not make it easier to estimate distances. It will create problem for you, like the brightness is too much, there is too much change in the brightness, like frequently changing, so it will irritate you, it will not help you actually. So only above two options are correct. Let's move to the next question. So it's a video question, we will play the video. In exam you should try to watch the video at least for 4 times. So we are on the road and driving, and then you see we are at 80 kilometer per hour speed, and then there is a tractor, and suddenly you see there is some animal, maybe dog, coming onto the roadway. I will make it move forward. So if you see, you are, it's outside build-up areas, you are traveling at 80 kilometer per hour, and similarly like you can say here, um, the road looks similar all around, but an animal appears on the road. So why are you required to slow down here? Because of tractor? No, tractor is in the lane already, no problem at all. Like the tractor will never overtake the car, or will, it is very less chances that it will come to your lane. So anyhow you have no danger. Because of the animal you need to slow down, otherwise if you continue with the same speed, you can hit the animal actually. Because of the course of the road, no, over here if you see, the road is taking a very light like it's not that sharp bend. So the only problem for you is this animal, that's why you need to slow down your speed, and this answer is correct. So let's move to the next question. Our next question is, what should you anticipate in this situation? So if you see the road, there is a like a kind of sharp bend, and maybe there could be some oncoming traffic, and similar to the previous question, maybe some animal or some dog could come onto the road. So fast oncoming traffic cutting the corner, it's quite possible. You can know, because of the tree avenue, because on this avenue the continuous line of tree and this avenue, you cannot see the traffic coming from there. So there could be actually fast oncoming traffic, even wild animals crossing the road, because if you see here, like a kind of jungle, so maybe wild animals could cross the road. A slow moving vehicle on my side of the road, like if you take the turn, there could be some tractor or a slow cycle, not a bicycle. I'm not sure like it is allowed here or not, because it's outside build up areas. Anyhow, maybe some moped or some slow tractor could be on your side. So you should slow down your speed before this bend. All three possible answers are correct. So next question, please start the film. So we will start the film. In exams I will recommend you to watch video at least for the 4 times. So we are traveling on the road outside build up areas, it's 100 kilometer per hour speed, and if you see there is a car, and then if you see here is a car, a person, I think he is looking for something, maybe car is damaged, there is some problem. So this here it is an obstacle, so that's why the car which is coming from there, it will try to overtake, will come into my lane, and then will come back to bypass this obstacle. Let's see this question again closely. So you are traveling outside build up areas at a comparatively high speed of 100 km per hour, and if you see this green car already overtaken this yellow car and to come to my lane and then back to the lane. Similarly, this red car actually could cross this car to overtake it, will come onto my lane, will enter into my lane, and so it could be very dangerous. So like what should be aware of, what should you continue, why should you continue to slow down here? So there are many reasons. This broken down vehicle, the red car which could come onto our side of the road, so because otherwise my vehicle could leave the road. No, it's not a something like a rain or snow over here that your vehicle could leave the road, will skid away. No, It is not the correct answer because the red vehicle could cross onto my lane. We have seen as the green vehicle has already overtaken this yellow car. Similarly, red car which is disappeared coming from here, which is in this picture is behind the yellow car, could overtake this yellow car and could come onto my lane. So it is possible a red vehicle could come onto my lane. That's why I need to slow down here, because other people may walk onto the road. It's quite correct, because maybe in the yellow car there are some passengers and now they are also coming out of the car just to see what happened with the car. So passengers could come onto the road because this vehicle, there is some problem with this vehicle, maybe it is damaged or broken down. So you should be very careful about this. Let's go to the next question. So our next question is, you increase your speed from 50 km per hour to 100 km per hour. How is the braking distance change according to rule of thumb? So maybe if you have seen our previous videos, we have discussed in detail about the reaction distance and braking distance and stopping distance in detail. But anyhow, in this question I will try to explain it, and in the upcoming question we will do it a bit quickly. So like over here I will explain you two different things. First of all, you can see here is a, I will write it RD, reaction distance, and then we have, I will write it BD, braking distance, and the sum of these two is known as, I will write it anyhow as stopping distance. So the sum of reaction distance and braking distance is actually stopping distance. And how we calculate reaction distance? The formula is 3 multiplied by your speed in kilometer per hour, like here 50 or 100, divide by 10. It is the formula of reaction distance. And what is the formula of braking distance? The formula of braking distance is your speed multiplied by your speed, and both of them should be divided by 10. Or simply you can write is v speed multiplied by speed 2 times divide by 100. So it is the formula of braking distance and this is the formula of reaction distance, and if we add both of them then it becomes stopping distance. So in this question I will try to explain you this question in detail. They are asking you increase your speed from 50 km per hour to 100 km per hour, and they are only asking about the braking distance, that how the braking distance will be changed. So let's first of all we calculate the braking distance at 50 km per hour, then we will do at 100. So at 50 km per hour, what should be our braking distance? As I told you, the braking distance actually is speed multiplied by speed divide by 10. So our we are calculating at 50 km per hour. So 50 divide by 10 multiply by again your speed divide by 10. So 0 0 cancel, 0 0 cancel, 5 5s are 25. So at 50 km per hour actually your braking distance is 25 meter. Now let's calculate this braking distance at 100 km per hour. How it will come? So at 100 it is 100 divided by 10, again 100 divided by 10 is equal to this 0 0 cancel, 0 10 10s are 100. So when you change your speed from 50 km per hour to 100 km per hour, your braking distance is changed from 25 meter to 100 meter. So this option is correct. So like I have try to explain you in detail. I hope you can understand. The more questions will come, we will try to explain it again, but here now I will remove this calculation. So as you have seen, this the braking distance has quadrupled, that means 4 times 25 to 100 meter. Let's go to the next question. Our next question is, you are driving into a right hand bend. So there is a right hand bend. A motorcyclist approaches you at high speed, like you are taking a right bend turn and the motorcycle is coming from the opposite side, oncoming traffic at a very high speed. So what risks should you take into account? The motorcyclists, as you say, the motorcycles have very sharp maneuver. They could immediately come, because they are already very tilted. While taking a turn they could come onto your lane, so you have to be very careful. The motorcyclist will brake in good time and avoid intruding into my lane. you should always not that optimistic. You should always think about the mistakes of the other traffic users. So like you should not consider a motorcyclist will brake in good time and avoid intruding into my lane. You should not consider this. You should consider what is the risk. The risk is the motorcycle will cut the risk is motorcyclists will cut the corner and intrude into my lane. Like motorcyclists actually will while taking the turn, the motorcycle will intrude into my lane. Like the motorcyclist will completely turn and intrude into my lane. So this option actually is correct. And similarly, the motorcyclist will intrude into my lane because of the heavy tilted position. So a motorcyclist could cut the corner and come on into your lane, and similarly because it is tilted, it can cut into your lane. So you should be this could be the risks. It is not the risk that if the motorcyclist brake in good time and avoid intruding into my lane, that it's not a risk. They are asking about the risks. So only two are the risks. Let's go to the next question. You increase your speed from 50 km per hour to 100 km per hour. So how does the reaction distance change? So now we will again do the calculation here for you. Now they are asking about the reaction distance. As I told you, I will write here reaction distance. I will write in the short form. Reaction distance actually is 3 multiplied by speed divided by 10. So at 50 km per hour, first of all we will calculate at 50 km per hour. So it is 3 multiplied by 50 divided by 10. 0 0 0 cancel, 3 5s are 15 meter. So at 50 km per hour, the reaction distance is 15 meter. Like here I could tick the answer right now here, but I will show you the calculation. What is the reaction distance at 100 km per hour? So 3 multiplied by speed. Now speed is 100, so 3 tens are 30. So reaction distance will change from 15 to 30 meter when speed is changed from 50 km per hour to 100 km per hour. So this is the right answer. It is doubled. Let's go to the next question. What should you anticipate if you see this road? Like there is a very sharp, the sign is telling you there is a very sharp left bend. So what should you aware? A dangerous left hand bend, correct. An obstacle situated around the corner. There could be some obstacle you cannot see, but maybe there is an obstacle could be there as well. Crosswise moving traffic before the summit. No, you cannot see any road joining this main road. There is no such traffic, and even this sign is indicating you should go to the left. There should be no traffic coming from the right or left. So this option is anyhow not correct. Only the first two options are correct. Let's go to the next question. You are driving in fog on autobahn and have 50-meter visibility. What is the maximum speed you may drive? So just remember, on the autobahn, whenever you are autobahn and then there is a fog, just remember, just note down it somewhere. We will give you the tips how to, like we will also make a different video for different speeds and mathematical questions as well as a bonus video. But anyhow, whenever you have the 50-meter visibility on a motorway, you should drive at 50 km per hour, not faster than that. Maybe if you are inside a build-up area and the visibility due to fog is very lesser, permitted speed is 50 km per hour, then maybe you need to drive at 20 km per hour. But on the motorway, if the visibility is 50 meter on the autobahn or motorway, you should drive at 50 km per hour. It is a maximum speed with the 50-meter visibility. Just remember this, note it down. It can come into the exam. So you are traveling at 100 km per hour and a reaction time of 1 second and brake normally. So what is the stopping distance? So now like you are braking normally and then reaction time of 1 second and speed is 100 km per hour. So we need to calculate stopping distance. Now this question is a bit like longer, but we will try to do it. As I told you, actually stopping distance is a sum of reaction distance and braking distance. I will write it here again. So stopping distance is a sum of reaction distance plus your braking distance, BD. I am writing in short form. So reaction distance is 3 multiplied by speed divided by 10. Similarly, the braking distance is V divided by 10 multiplied by V divided by 10. So our speed is 100 km per hour. So here 3 into 100 divided by 10 for reaction distance, and for braking distance 100 divided by 10 multiplied by 100 divided by 10. So let's do the mathematical calculation. 0 0 cancel, 3 tens are 30. It is our reaction distance, plus 0 0 cancel, 0 0 cancel, 10 tens are 100. It is our braking distance, and sum of both these, that is 130 meter, is our stopping distance. So simple. The answer over here is 130 meters. I hope you have understood this. We will anyhow in the next question we will again have these kind of calculations. I will remove this because otherwise I could not enter the right answer. So it's 130 meter as we have seen in the calculation. Let's go to the next question. You are traveling at 100 km per hour and brake normally. What is the braking distance? Again, I will here explain you this question very quickly. So, you are driving at 100 km per hour and braking normally. What is the braking distance? As you know, the braking distance actually is V divided by 10 multiplied by V divided by 10. So, you are traveling at 100 km per hour. Simply, it is actually 100 meter. If you are good at mathematics, or if you are like you can do the fast calculation, that it's simply 0 0 cancel, 0 0 cancel, 10 tens are 100 meter. So your braking distance in this particular question is 100 meter with 100 kilometer per hour speed. Let's go to the next question. Now with the same 100 kilometer per hour question, they are asking for reaction distance. What will be the reaction distance at 100 kilometer per hour? So as you know, reaction distance is 3 multiplied by speed divided by 10. Here our speed is 100, so 3 tens are 30 meter is our reaction distance. I hope I am not that quick, but if you practice it, these questions are not that tricky and they appear in the exam as well. So you should do some good practice, but they are not that difficult, I hope. So as we have calculated, our reaction distance is 30 meter and this answer is correct. So now let's move to the next question. Our next question is, you are traveling at 50 km per hour, have a reaction time of 1 second and brake normally. What is the stopping distance according to rule of thumb? So as you know that I will again try to explain you this one. Over here they are asking, like they are telling, we are traveling at 50 km per hour and reaction time of 1 second and brake normally. So they are asking about stopping distance. As you know, stopping distance is a sum of reaction distance plus braking distance. Reaction distance is 3 multiplied by speed divided by 10 and braking distance is V divided by 10 multiplied by V divided by 10. So your speed is 50, 3 into 50 divided by 10 for reaction distance, and 50 divided by 10 multiplied by 50 divided by 10 for braking distance. So here 3 5s are 15 meter. It is our reaction distance, and then 5 5s are 25. So it is our braking distance and reaction distance. If you add them, you will get 40 meter. So 40 meter is our stopping distance in this question. So now I will remove this calculation to fill the answer. I hope you have understood it. If you have any question, you can just put in the comment section. We will answer it accordingly. You are traveling at 50 km per hour and brake normally. What is the braking distance according to rule of thumb? So I will again explain it here. They are asking about the braking distance and brake normally. So when you brake normally and 50 km per hour speed, what is the braking distance? As we know, braking distance is V divided by 10, speed divided by 10 multiplied by speed divided by 10. So 50 divided by 10 multiplied by 50 divided by 10. 0 0 cancel, 0 0 cancel, that is 25 meter. So the correct answer for braking distance over here is 25 meter. Let's go to the next question. So you are traveling at 50 km per hour. What is the reaction distance according to rule of thumb? So previously they were asking for the braking distance, now they are asking for the reaction distance at the same speed. So as we know, reaction distance is 3 multiplied by speed divided by 10. Here 3 multiplied by our speed is 50 divided by 10. So 3 5s are 15 meter is our braking distance. I hope I am not that quick, but if you do this calculation by your own, you will find it a bit easier. So our next question is, you are driving on a very narrow road and can see 50 meter ahead. What must be your maximum stopping distance. So if you are traveling, as we have discussed in previous question as well, if you are traveling at narrow road and you can see 50 meter, when the road is narrow, and you like you should be able to stop in the half distance of your visibility, or your the stretch of the road you can see. So you can see 50 meter and road is narrow, so you just half it, which is 25 meter. When the road is narrow, and you should be able to stop within the half of the distance of the road visible to you. So the half of 50 meter is simply 25 meter. So you should stop when the road is, otherwise if the road is clear, everything is fine, the road is wider and you can see 50 meter, then you should be able to stop in the distance of 50 meter. But here the road is narrow, so as per the rule of thumb, you should be able to stop half of the visible stretch to you, that is 25 meter. So what is the rule of thumb when calculating the braking distance for evasive braking on a dry, even and asphalted roadway? I will tell you. Here is a very important point. So here I have to minimize, I think, because over here I cannot see. Yeah. So if you see here, like normally for braking distance we have a fixed formula. If you know, for a braking distance we already know v divided by 10 multiply by v divided by 10. It is the formula for braking distance. Okay, but now they are asking for evasive braking. That means evasive braking means, for example, if you have to brake with a higher speed immediately, that, for example, let's say we are traveling at let's say 10 kilometer per hour. So what will be our braking distance? Normal condition, 10 divided by 10 multiply by 10 divided by 10. So 0 0 cancel, 0 0 cancel, that is 1 meter, let's say. But if you brake, like, I think, but that is too lesser. Let's take the example of 50 kilometer per hour. So if you are traveling at 50 kilometer per hour, so 50 divided by 10, 50 divided by 10, that is 25 meter is your braking distance. But if you have to brake like emergency braking, then your distance will be half, like this 25 will be divided by 2, that will be 12.5 meter, because you have braked immediately, you have braked in emergency condition. So in that condition, just remember, for evasive braking the formula will be similar. Braking distance formula is v divided by 10, then you will divide this whole value with 2, because your distance will be minimized, because you are braking in an evasive manner, or in an intense manner. So over here the correct answer is, if you see this answer, like v divided by 10, it is normal formula for braking distance, and for evasive braking you have to divide it by 2. So this answer is correct. Anyhow, we will do the calculation as well in upcoming question, so it will be more clear to you. Let's move to the next question. Now I think it will be clear to you. You are traveling at 40 km per hour. The braking distance for evasive braking is approximately 8 meter. How long is the braking distance at 50 km per hour? So now they are telling us at 40 km per hour, if you do evasive braking, then your braking distance is 8 meter. How? We will first of all calculate it to confirm. At 40 km per hour, as you know, braking distance is v divided by 10 multiply by v divided by 10. So our speed is 40 divided by 10, 40 divided by 10, 0 0 cancel, 0 0 cancel, it is 16. And for evasive braking, we know we have to divide this whole answer by 2. So if we divide it by 2, it comes 8 meter. That's why they have written here at 40 km per hour. If you brake normally, it will be 16 meter, but because it is evasive braking, then that's why it is 8 meter. We have confirmed it. Now they are asking, if you are traveling at 50 km per hour, now calculate the braking distance for evasive braking. So first of all, simply calculate it for normal braking distance, which is v divided by 10, v divided by 10. So 0 0 cancel, 0 0 cancel, it is 25 meter. Now for evasive braking, you have to divide this whole by 2, which is 12.5 meter. I hope you have understood this question here. So our correct answer is 12.5 meter. Let's go to the next question. You are driving on a good quality road in good visibility condition. So now the road quality is good, everything is visible. Within what distance must you be able to stop? We know the stretch of the road visible to me. If the road is narrow, you should be able to stop half of the stretch of the road visible to you. Like if you can see 50 meter ahead and the road is narrow, you should be able to stop in emergency condition, or if you need to stop in within 25 meter. But if the road quality is good, visibility is good, then if you can see 50 meter ahead, you should be able to stop 50 meter. So the stretch of the road visible to you in a good quality road in good visibility, not the twice of the road visible to be or half of the road. Twice of the road, like for example, if you can see 100 meter, so you should be able to stop yourself in emergency condition, let's say, or if you have to stop, you have to brake within 100 meter, but not the twice, like then it could be dangerous for you. And half of the stretch normally when the road is narrow, but good quality road, just note it down, or good visibility condition, stretch of the road visible to me, I should stop within that distance. Next question is, you are driving with dipped headlights on main road. So on main road you are driving with dipped headlights. Within what distance must you be able to stop? I think the distance which you can see with within the dipped headlights, you should be able, like stretch of the road visible to you, you should be able within that distance to stop. So within the range of dipped headlights. Main beam lights are not switched on, only dipped headlights are not. Side light side nothing to do, as you are driving with dipped headlights. So on the main road or on the good, you can say the good condition road, the stretch of the road visible to you, you should be able to stop within that distance. So how much you can see with dipped headlights, you should be able to stop within the road visible to you with the dipped headlights. The answer is clear, dipped headlights. So dipped headlights is here. The other two options are anyhow wrong. So next question is a video question. Let's see the question. So you are traveling on the road, it's inside the build up area, you are traveling around 40 km/h, and you see here is a stop shield, that means forward given in. You have to stop here and then you have to give way to the side traffic. But here if you see this jeep or anyhow this big car is like the road condition is anyhow not clear to you what this car actually is trying to do. Maybe this car has stopped or giving you some warning, so it is not clear. And even if you see, there is a cyclist coming from the right side, so like the road situation is very tricky. So if you see, we are traveling onto the roadway and like we have to stop anyhow. Just see this forward given, you have to stop. The video is closed unfortunately, so you have to stop over here anyhow. But this big car and then the cyclist is also coming, so the road situation is very tricky. Why are you required to stop now? Because the traffic situation is confusing. You don't know why this car is like they are like it's continuously flashing the back lights. Has it warning lights? You don't know why. So then again a cyclist is also coming from the right way, so you need to be very careful because of the cyclist, and the traffic situation is also confusing. Passengers on the roadway, either they are sitting into the car, they are like maybe they are talking with somebody. If you see here, that's why there are rear lights are on. And similarly cyclists on the roadway, because of the yellow track. No, yellow track is not a problem, because yellow track is like it already on its own like lane or ishpur, you can say. So yellow track will not create a problem. The problem could be the confusing road situation and the cyclist. So only these two options are correct in this situation. Let's go to the last question of this particular video. So like here you see the speed limit is 70 km/h maximum, and overtaking actually is not permitted over here because of some road conditions. So you are traveling at 70 km/h, and then you see the red car actually is overtaking. The road situation is very tricky. The truck is coming out from the road, and then again I will play the video. If you see, you are traveling on the roadway, and like I will try to stop here for a moment. You see this red car, I think this blue car is in the lane, and red car is overtaking the blue car. If you see here, at the same time, like this truck is appearing onto the roadway. So like unfortunately, like I don't know, I have clicked on the question. In the exam I would highly recommend you um, to watch the video at least for the 4 times. So if you see this red like this red van or vehicle whatsoever is just behind the green truck, it is possible that red vehicle has not noticed me and could come onto my lane. It's a very dangerous situation. So what should you anticipate? The green truck performs a turn? No, green truck has already performed a turn. So it is like the green truck is already in its own lane. The tractor moves onto the road, there is no possibility. Tractor is inside the field or whatsoever the tractor is doing, you have no danger. The driver of the red vehicle fails to see me, because if you see, when this red vehicle was overtaking the blue vehicle, at the same time the green truck had appeared from this side. So maybe the red vehicle has not noticed me. It could be a very dangerous situation. So I need to anticipate, I need to think, maybe red car has overlooked me, and so like I have to be very vigilant. So this answer is correct. So friend, this was everything for this particular video. We will upload 2 more videos for this topic, from 61 to 90 and 91 to 122 questions, and then this topic number 8 will be over. If you have any question, any doubt about the videos or this video or about the previous videos, you can put it in the comment section. You can also give us the feedback. Please don't forget to like our videos, subscribe our channel. If you want to support us, you can also support us on Patreon. We will give the link here in the description. So until the next video, take care, happy learning, and bye.